Sup, 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 sup. Sup, 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 sup. What the hell's that from? Sup, 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 sup. Alright. Let's get back to business. This looks like my room right now, except, jeez, you barely even smoke your Newports. Is that a piss bottle right there? What the fuck?
All they have to do is drive
I didn't realize
away.
I was all the way back in bronze.
I think it's important to realize that a lot of people answering the door are not stupid people, you know? It's like, it's great once you figured it out and you
want to play blue or green? I'll play blue or green real quick, too. What is this?
It's a stranger. I'm not interested.
I'll play blue
or green. There are a lot of people who are constantly in panic mode, or they're just generally emotionally dealing with it, and so they don't even think. They just open the door. Even though I know the solution to not get worked up from these door-to-door salespeople, I still get worked up a bit because I've been getting this door-to-door content on my TikTok, and I'm getting like second-hand anger
new pictures
for a lot of these homeowners who have to deal with these pieces of shit. They sell things like solar, window cleaning, pest control, and home security systems.
This is my blue and
so
green.
Even though it's like a wide array of like products, they still approach you know, every new potential client in the same sort of way, which is they act like an asshole.
Regarding solar?
I'm sorry, I can't hear what you're saying. So as you can see, I pretend that I can't hear a word that he's saying. And that forces him to come to the door so we can get that face to face.
I didn't force him to do a damn thing, buddy.
Boundaries.
I'll go around, count it up. No one is till they hear a bit of a deal. Have you kind of had a poor experience in the past? Is that why? Okay. May I ask, like, have you guys had them cleaned? Okay, cool.
And they act extremely entitled when you say no for the 7th or 8th time.
Please take my I'm not interested and move forward, okay?
Can't fake sleeping.
Don't worry, I see the sign. I'm not selling anything, okay? Okay. We're just coming out here just to meet you guys. Okay, no, sorry, we were just coming out here.
Go away. I've got somebody sick that's trying to sleep in here. You've got the sign up. Get away from my house, please.
Okay, I'll come back. Thank you.
Oh, don't come back, bitch. What the hell?
It's come to a point where I'm like, okay, there's a trend here. There are like leaders in the door-to-door salesman space who are giving these people the script of how to sell things door-to-door, and I think a lot of them are going down a bad path. And you can even see it in the way they talk. Here's an example of a guy who's like intentionally using vague language. He obviously doesn't want to open with, I'm selling you something. He wants to open up with some like vague concern about what's happening.
I'm following up on a notice that was sent out to you guys back in January in regards to the second phase of your Smart Grid project.
He doesn't want to necessarily lie and say, I'm with the city, and all of this is wrong. It's going to cost you $5 grand, and I'm here to fix it. Obviously, he doesn't want to do that because it's criminal at that point. But if it's legal to intimidate you and make you feel like a piece of shit and pressure you, well, he's going to do that.
I'm just kind of the route coordinator on.
No.
Showing's easier than telling. No. Come on,
Showing's easier than telling.
I know.
Whips out the
A+.
schlong.
We're just doing.
We're really happy with what you got.
What do you got?
What do you got?
Go away.
Oh,
Come on.
what do you
It's
got?
my property. How much you want?
But I haven't even told you what we're doing.
I'm not interested. I don't do things at the door.
Cool.
Okay.
People always say no to things they don't understand.
Oh, don't.
What makes this whole thing creepy is if you have like a flow chart of how to get to the next stage of dialogue after someone told you no in 5 different ways. No, thank you. I'm not interested. I don't have the money. Not right now. I don't have the time. You are like participating in what would be like a meet and fuck game. You think that there is
Fuck yeah, dude. The meet and fuck games. Hell yeah. On Newgrounds.
At like, here's
Classic
$1,000.
shit, dude.
Do whatever you want on my property. Rail me in the ass, and here's $1,000.
But it's also because we're giving a bit of a discount for dudes with guard dogs.
Nice.
Giving out a bit of a deal to younger gentlemen reading the newspaper.
Giving a bit of a discount for scary-looking men with sunglasses that are bald.
All these remind me of that guy on TikTok who would approach women in public and say, don't panic, I'm not a crazy person.
Don't panic, I'm not a crazy person. Don't panic, I'm not a crazy person. Don't panic, I'm not a crazy person.
Don't panic, I'm not a crazy person. Excuse me.
That ass, I-dubs. Damn, boy. Damn, boy.
And it obviously sucks because it just, like, highlights the fact that these creatures view you as an NPC. They don't view you as a real person, but then they're going to be like, maybe I can trick this person into thinking that I view them as a real person if I maybe reference their neighbor.
Us doing Mary and Craig and every third house so far.
I'm doing the next door neighbors, the Lawrences. You know the Lawrences.
The Sonic
I don't know
font.
them.
Comic Sans, the Sonic
and then
font.
Daniela, who lives with her husband across from them.
Oh yeah, Billy and Greg, they just got this work done yesterday. Oh yeah, I talked to Greg for 2 hours. I'm a real human just like you. I care about your neighbors even more than you do. These door-to-door salespeople are actually the human equivalent of the notes, the handwritten notes that you'll get in your mailbox. They'll have like fake ink smudges on them. They'll misspell things, all in an effort to make you think that this is a genuine human that's sending you this shit.
I'm Devin. I'm the local exterminator. I treat all the annoying dogs, the ex-husbands, the people that steal the packages. Who do you want me to get rid of?
I'm not sure if I'm the exception or if I just
I have
do
reach.
not
Does
have
he
a
not
humor
realize?
bone in
I think
my
he doesn't
body.
realize I have reach.
But I never find a single thing these creatures say to be funny.
Sorry, we're not interested.
Not interested in what? I'm actually married.
I take care of Mr. Listening. Yeah. Do you know him? No so. No so listening. No. Okay.
Poor guy didn't know
it's hot tubs.
how reach worked.
I don't even know
How you
what
get
to
far
fucking
enough to
call
download
a
magic
lot
on the
of
computer,
things
you
that
don't know how
people
reach
say.
works.
I don't want to call them jokes. That's fucked up.
I'm here to talk about your car's extended warranty. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, man.
These guys are funny in the same way that cops are funny. You're ruining my day. There's literally nothing that you can say to me that would make me laugh. With a lot of these door-to-door people, they're just like getting into it on their own, and maybe they don't really have a path or like a mentor that they're getting advice from. But there are some mentors out there that I think are using some pretty dangerous language, because they're saying things like, don't take no for an answer. You definitely have to take no for an answer.
I don't want no solar.
What's that?
I don't want solar.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, nobody does until they actually know what's going on.
I know what's going on. Thanks, man.
I
really appreciate it. I don't want none of your information.
Of course, man.
I don't want solar right at the
Okay.
moment. I know when I want to get it and when I'm going to get it.
I was gonna.
I'm a routes manager out here with Cox. We took care of a lot of maybe this one.
But we're good, man. Have a good day.
Take care of the ants and the bees and the.
I'm good, buddy.
Oh yeah. Do you just do it yourself? Or?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
I'm switching decks.
What type
I
of
don't like
stuff do
that
you
deck.
Just like go to like Home Depot.
The deck was boring.
Time for this right now.
Wait,
I mean,
what am I
I'll
doing?
just give you like.
Look, I'll give you this for persistence. Get the fuck out of my yard, okay?
That sensor didn't even.
Go.
We just do everything.
I don't care, man.
$99 a month.
Just because of this, I will never call you, okay? Get out of my yard.
Yeah. We just out here.
God damn, dude.
Just we have everything for 70% off.
I feel like this is one of
That's
the more
funny.
important parts of the video, because this is the closest thing a lot of these men
Just fucking sitting
will
there
ever
being.
have to their own Me Too movement.
So how do I
You
fucking
have
play
some
with,
nasty, weaselly guy
What's wrong
on
with
your
my-
doorstep
with this deck?
that is ignoring every
Non-format cards?
single
Okay,
version
let's
of
see.
no that you tell them.
Only one.
And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with
Let's just
this
get rid of
person?
that.
What the fuck is wrong with them? Why aren't they listening to me?
How you doing, sir?
Why exactly do you feel like you have the right to come on my property? Get the fuck out of my property.
How do I get rid of it though?
No soliciting
Ooh,
signs
that's
everywhere.
cool.
Next time I answer the door with
That's
a
cool.
goddamn gun, go the fuck away.
I like your thoughts, man.
Go away.
Okay.
Can you imagine? Dude, how do you stand there? How can you, like, handle that shit? How can you stand there and fucking, like, make somebody talk to you like that? Like, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, it's funny how mad you are.
It's funny
Don't
that
take no
you're,
for an
like,
answer.
shaking.
You're a
Your
bad
voice is
capitalist
visibly
if you
shook,
take no for
dog.
an
Like,
answer.
holy fuck.
You're a loser. So push through it. Push through it until you're threatened with gun violence.
So what's my
That's what
fucking
most
extra
people
one?
do. They get one no, two no's, and then just walk away. Don't give up until you've tried at least 5 times, at least.
There it is.
To continue moving
No
forward.
sentinel
So
spider, that's
sometimes we do
fine.
home efficiency.
I did like the sentinel
Yeah, I
spider
wouldn't
though.
want to waste your time either. Like we don't even know if we can do it. I gotta get going.
But I will use.
Um,
I want
but
to use that deck.
do you have
I
gas
love
heating or
Vivian.
your home all electric?
Vivian's.
right? Always just push through no matter what.
That's not you being a good salesperson. That's you
So is
just
it standard
basically
and out
committing
or
a crime.
just standard?
This guy says most
It's just
people
standard,
stop
okay.
after 2 no's. And by saying that and saying that, like, I don't take no for an answer, like,
They're not the ranked fuck.
you don't realize it, but you're basically outright saying that you're a loser and you're unsuccessful and you're not doing enough and you're not being competitive enough if you give up after 2 no's.
Oh.
Even phrasing it as like giving up is sort of a problem. Is it giving up, or is it just being a human, or is it just respecting people's boundaries? I also want to say, anyone who's giving out the advice of like don't take no for an answer, they're essentially trying to convince you to go for the $125,000 a year over the $100,000 a year, right? Like, if you're doing door-to-door sales and you just like get down like a system and you aren't pressuring people, like, you can still make a lot of fucking money. They're basically just saying like, well,
This is
you
still
want
modified,
the best, don't you?
so
Well, guess what? The best.
I only had to get rid of my one spider.
Is able to
This is
convince
Vivian's
a
hunt
man
from the
ridden
Hot
with
Pocket,
dementia
from the
to
Hot
buy a
Pocket thing, but
$3,000
modified
security
slightly.
system. That's what the best does. You should at least want to, at a base level, look out for your fellow person, because you're closer to the random 85-year-old man with dementia in the community that you don't live in than you are with like Grant Cardone or whoever the fuck owns Vivint. While making this video, I realized that there are a lot of people who ignore or are attracted to the no soliciting signs. I always saw the no soliciting signs as a brilliant way to like just avoid the conversation. Like, awesome, I could put this sign up and, you know, people will know that I'm not interested in anyone coming to my door.
Places that got on the no solicitation. Can't you read the sign? Not really. I went to college, but I don't even know what solicitation means. Because I'm like, they must be easy to sell if they got a sign that says don't sell us. That's the way I think, dude. Give me the businesses that got don't come in. I'm like, okay, there's something here.
If you're a person willing to say that you look at no soliciting signs and you basically know that that person is vulnerable, like, you're a fucking evil piece of shit. Like, fuck this guy. No amount of me respects that, because you're not telling me that you're a clever guy, right? What you're telling me is that you like to prey on weak people. Walk onto the doorstep with your fucking tail tucked between your legs, knowing that you don't belong here.
Firmly grasp
Don't walk
it.
onto the doorstep fucking
What does he do
doing a
again?
big old stretch, looking around. Oh. Here, record me. I got a little bit of sage advice to give to all the young
menace.
D2D boys out there. If you come up to a door and you hear a TV on in the background, pound the shit out of that door, because you know someone's home. Don't leave until they've answered the door. A lot of these guys come up with psychological
There
tricks
she is.
to like get them through the day,
But I couldn't.
get them through their route. One guy says, you know, I'm not going to go home until I get 50 no's. If that helps you get through your shitty job, like, awesome. But we do need to like acknowledge that there is like an unhealthy version of it. If you tell yourself some crazy shit like, the next 10 doors I go to, I'm not taking no for an answer. Don't do that. Take a no for an answer, because that is psychotic.
Go ahead.
That'll get you killed, and it'll make you a fucking miserable person. But yeah, if you sell things door to door, fuck you. Thank you for watching this episode of iDubbbz Complains. I told you I'd keep uploading. It's never gonna stop. By the way, guys, Anissa and I have a podcast on the second channel. It's called Maximum Damage. You can go on that channel. We have the hot seat over there, and we also have a new podcast. So go check it out. Give it a listen.
The rat guy.
Mousetrap Monday.
That guy really creeped me out. And there was that one video that was so bad.
Yeah.
That he couldn't even put it on YouTube.
No, there were so many videos of his that
Where's my
like we were questioning
animal?
whether or not this was some like snuff, like
It
weird,
has
like
to be.
Where's my boy? Did I accidentally pause? Oh no, it's over.
Slap,
Okay.
what were you like when you were a little boy? Were you as
I think I'm gonna lose this match so far, huh? Where's my fucking pet though? 9 noties. Oh, these are old. I still love all of you. And the honey bear even. What do we got? Anything cool? Let's do this.
Okay, piggybacking off the video that we did where the kids judge the adults, I think it's time to turn tables. I think it's time we judge some kids. So we're on the subreddit Kids Are F***ing Stupid, which I feel like is a little harsh. A little bit harsh. That's pretty explicit. Yeah, because they haven't been on Earth for that long, but let's laugh at them anyways. Kid swallows dog toy. The time I swallowed a dog toy.
How you feeling, Jonathan?
That was perfect. That was perfect. I can end the clip right
now.
That
was funny.
Perfect. I don't need any more, honestly. I don't need any more than him breathing in and going. That's all
Sounds
I need.
like me
You swallowed a dog
wheezing.
toy? Prove it!
Oh, wow, you really did. You really did there. Didn't you, big guy?
You're fucking stupid. How do you even swallow a dog toy? What
That's
are
my
you
squeak
doing?
noise.
It's the only intention you can have.
Yeah, what
is
are you, a
to
dog?
eat. You don't accidentally
Dude,
do
this
that.
guy's actually about to pop off on me, ain't he?
I have to video you. I haven't
Damn.
done it.
Yeah, he's going. He's going.
You don't laugh?
I didn't even pay for that next turn, boy.
I already taped it on my phone.
Fuck you think this shit is? You're going on triple.
I hope he's not like in grave danger. You know, even the
Check this
doctor's
out.
fucking laughing at him. Like, I hope they're not like, oh yeah, this is all fun and games. It's super funny. That thing is probably cutting your intestines right now, so we got to get that out. Internal bleeding is a real issue here. So, I mean, I fucking hope he ended up all right after that. Damn. This one's called Casual Bathroom Conversation.
What's your name?
Andrew.
Okay. Well,
I mean, how can you really
I might
fight
be
a
dead.
kid here? You know, he's fucking lonely.
3,
Bathroom's
4,
a fucking scary
5.
place, you know, he wants
Fuck,
a nice
I'm dead.
little convo.
Damn it.
I want somebody to hold and wash my hands.
I mean, maybe your
You didn't kill me.
parents, dude.
I think your mom's outside.
What?
Bro, that's mouthwash.
Because like, yo, it fucking smells in here. What's up with that? What if the kid was just like, yo,
Nice.
dude, you gotta
Nice,
fix
nice,
your fucking diet,
nice.
man.
Whatever.
Seriously, you gotta do something.
Losing
You
in
gotta
bronze.
die.
Imagine
Smells
losing
like
in
you're gonna
bronze.
die in here. Truly.
Fuck you,
Just came in
Vivian.
here because I needed someone to help me wash my hands. Didn't realize I was
We're
gonna
running that
smell
back.
the fucking bowels of hell.
Running
I
that
think your
right
mom's
back.
outside, bro. No. Can you just...
Oh my god! Oh my god, dude! Oh, that could not have ended more perfectly.
Alright, yeah, that's fine. Just shut. Can you shut the door behind you?
Please don't do it. Don't shut it.
You just gotta lock it.
Yeah, I'll lock it. Thanks, bro.
At least he closed it.
Oh,
Good
he
to do
tried
that.
real hard to
You know,
close
good
it
sport. He's like,
properly,
I'm not gonna
too.
embarrass you. I'm not gonna leave it open. Someone random could walk in. I'm not gonna do that. Parents are fucking
Green
smart.
doolisto, green ditto.
I saw on TikTok to test to see if your kids are actually sleeping or not. If you lift their hand up in the air and it stays up in the air, they're asleep. But if it falls, they're faking it. So let's see. If it stays up, she's actually sleeping. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. She's out.
That's funny.
This is this is really funny. It's kind of stupid, but it's really funny.
Fuck.
She's out.
I mean, she got him.
Hit me
She
with
got
that
his
Phoenix
ass.
chick right
She
off the
got his
bat.
ass. She convinced him. He
I
was
should
like,
give him a
"Alright,
3-3
well,
boost,
sure."
huh?
Listen, you can't use reverse psychology on a child, all right? You can't expect them to pick up on it. They don't even have psychology yet. How are they supposed to reverse it? Popsicle.
Dawson, what is that in your hand?
Cigarette. I'm sorry, Dad. I'll stop smoking.
Dawson, that was another popsicle. I told you no more popsicles. Why do you think a cigarette would be a better answer than a popsicle?
Because it's cooler?
It's fucking
'Cause
hilarious.
it's like a way cooler thing to be
That
doing
is fucking
than
hilarious.
eating a popsicle. Oh, it's a cigarette. Okay.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
oh.
Dad. I'll stop smoking.
All right, well then have at it. You are a chip off the old block, aren't you? Like father, like son. I'm gonna go rip one
God,
right now,
that's
too.
funny.
Competing against classmates and feeding your parents. That's a game. Feeding your parents. Damn, chill out. Aren't you supposed to be blindfolded? How the fuck did you? It was a heat-seeking missile, dude. I kind of have a feeling this kid hates his mom, or he just really wants to win. Ew, I feel weird.
I didn't
after
like
watching
that.
Why was he so violent?
Yeah, he was shoving that shit in
Joey
there.
Chestnut. Jesus Christ. Intrusive Thoughts 1. Oh, I love these. Okay, what is this? Are these shavers?
Yeah, this guy's got really pretty lands. I like this guy's deck, actually.
Again, it's such a Reddit thing to be like, this kid's fucking dumb. This kid's dumb. Oh, or he just got a free haircut. I'm sorry, do you not like free shit? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. fucking Moneybags. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you had all the fucking money in the world. I'm sorry you're a billionaire and you can pay for anything you want and it doesn't matter, but some of us like free shit, okay? And this kid is one of them. Wait, I can't believe
What's
they
with that
have
kid's
these
hair?
shavers set up just so you can use them.
Wait, is that what he did? Did he shave his head? Did I miss it? He shaved his head and I missed it?
Anything you want and it doesn't matter, but some of us like free shit, okay? And this kid is one of them. In the world. Again,
Oh, hell yeah. Oh my god. Dude, he's just turning it on and fucking... Oh, fuck.
Again,
That's awesome.
Do you not like free shit?
That's
oh,
awesome.
I'm sorry, Mr. fucking Moneybags. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you had all the fucking money in the world. I'm sorry you're a billionaire and you can pay for anything you want and it doesn't matter,
Okay,
but
so
some of us like free shit, okay? And this kid is one of them.
We'll do this.
Wait, I can't believe they have these shavers set up just so you can use them. Like, this is gonna happen eventually, is it not? What other result could there be? Someone's gonna turn it on and just listen to it? Like, what the fuck? What is it? What is the point?
I mean, what would I do? Just shave your arm a little bit, just to make sure it works. Oh,
I forgot I could do that.
okay, yeah,
I'm
it
gonna
works.
play lands for my top deck now.
And now he's got a sick cut.
Upper
Like, at least
decker.
it's not
I got
every
little
other
upper
kid's
deckers over
haircut,
here. You know what I mean?
That
You know when you leave an
stands
upper
out. I
decker
like
for
that
your
guy.
best friend to
He's gonna
fucking
be somebody one day. A lot of
flush
parents
the
seem to get
toilet.
upset
Wait,
and
what are we
sad
doing
way of
here?
hair being cut off. If my son did it, I'd be laughing like dude in video and just shaved the rest of his hair. Same. Look at my fucking stupid ass hair. I've had 9,000 stupid haircuts. Look at my stupid mullet. You know, if my kid has stupid hair, I'm gonna be like, it's funny. The coach's reaction says it all.
He didn't really let me play giant growth on him, but whatever. We don't need him. We don't need him. What is he doing it again? Oh my god, he gets to do it all again?
That's pretty dumb.
Yeah, what are you gonna do, buddy?
He's
do
pissed.
something, buddy.
Why is he
do
so pissed?
something.
It's funny. Who cares?
Okay.
You probably just told him run through the sign. You didn't tell him what side. They're smarter than you. Why is that guy so pissed, dude? Fucking kids, you messed up my sign ripping. Now all the parents are gonna think I'm a loser, coach. Freaking kids, my reputation was in your hands and you messed it up. Ah, freak. We got a live one, boys. I mean, that's just adorable. That is just adorable. This could be the world's first perpetual motion machine. You know, this could be it. A kid with one of these on his head, just following it constantly. That could be the world's most efficient, the perfect machine. He did manage to blow a bubble at the end, though. I'm curious.
Okay, now go boom. Oh.
I mean, I don't know if I'd be lying. Okay, I don't know. Maybe this is not our first kid, but I feel like I'd be freaking the fuck out if that happened. Just calling poison control on every phone I have. He did blow a little bubble from his mouth, but just not our first kid.
Okay, now go boom. Oh.
I mean, I don't know if I'd be lying. Okay, I don't know. Maybe this is not our first kid, but I feel like I'd be freaking the fuck out if that happened. Just calling poison control on every phone I have. He did blow a little bubble from his mouth, which was cute, but I think the real cute would be if he farted and a bubble came out. Little girl ruins gender reveal.
No, no, Billy! Oh my god!
Wait, what the fuck? What was the? Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
No, no, Billy! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
That sounds like fucking Daft Punk. What the fuck? She's using a vocoder?
Oh my god. You can call me anything you want, but don't call me that.
You can call me anything you want, but don't call me that.
That's his sister. That's really good. They'll never know now. Yeah, how would you ever know? Damn. You'll never, ever know. She ruined it! Forever! Moments before disaster. Nothing can prepare you for parenting. Oh, jeez. This is the stuff that's kind of makes me excited, but kind of scary.
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. What the fuck? Even.
He yelled so fucking loud. He bit my dick.
Bit the tip of my dick. Dude, holy shit.
Oh my god.
Like, what?
Help.
I thought you were dying.
What's
She does
supposed
not
to do?
understand. She does
must
not
have been
understand what
hard,
just
too.
happened to
Oh
that
my
man.
God. That scream.
Jesus, dude.
Oh my god. Kudos for him not launching the kid reflexively. Yeah, how did he not just knee the kid in the face by accident? Just, kick was fucking flying. He bit my dick is just a phrase no one should ever say, no matter who you are. Love this one. This kid got no chill. Bruh. Bruh, no chill. Bruh.
My dad was just enjoying his Chinese and that.
Everybody unironically says bro, though, so.
Beautiful.
Check this out. Which one he doesn't block? Whichever one he doesn't block's the one I'm in a giant growth.
Bruh.
Just so we can
No
get this over
chill.
with.
Bruh.
You know? Smarter than
bruh, that kid has no chill.
wasting any more time.
Bruh. Bruh. Dude, bruh. My girl does a 50-meter run-up to kick a ball. Oh my god, look at that's her in the distance there. I mean, this is gonna be probably one of... Oh my god, look at that's her in the distance there. I mean, this is gonna be probably one of the most insane kicks of all time. With this run-up, this is gonna be some absolute fucking... What's a soccer player? What's a soccer player?
That's one of the most insane
Messi.
kicks
This
of all
is gonna be an
time.
absolute messy kick.
Took you that long to think of Messi? Okay, so he did all the blue and green.
She's powering up.
Let's go back to the Monokuma deck. Ah! Oh my goodness. Oh, she was adorable.
Yes!
That was
exactly
so cute.
what I wanted to happen, dude.
That
She
was so
missed it
fucking adorable.
perfectly. Oh my god, that like
She
almost
missed
took
it
more skill than
perfectly.
kicking
Yeah,
it. Look at
exactly,
this.
exactly.
You have to time that so perfectly. Just
Yeah.
to step over it like that.
Yeah. There you go. Dude, she's styling.
Agreed. Trying to
She
eat a
is
cracker.
styling. Spider-Man, you're not too smart, are you? No, what do you do? How do you figure it out?
No, it's again. This is smart. He's not eating it. His character.
I'll just
is eating it.
masticate
Spider-Man is eating the
through
fucking
the
cracker. It's not the
thread.
kid. Okay? You're stupid for thinking the
I'll
kid
just
was trying to eat the
masticate
cracker when
through
he's
the
acting. Oreo versus cash.
Sir, have $10,000 cash, or wait a minute.
$10,000. That's such a funny amount because that just means so much to adults, but like it means nothing to the child. They have zero concept of what that is.
2 out of the box Oreo cookies.
Oh god, what do you think he's gonna
Huh?
pick?
Are you sure? That's $10,000 cash. You want the Oreo cookies?
Yeah, and
Are you sure?
Fuck's your point?
Okay.
Wait, does this have?
Honestly, no, I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say I'd also choose the Oreos, but that's just the biggest dickhead thing you could say ever. I don't mean to flex, but like I'd probably also take the Oreos. No, I'd take the 10 grand and go buy infinite Oreos. Cause you're fucking stupid.
Fuck, I need to
Actually,
remember
he's
how to
fucking
put my.
smart because
I
he
need to
knows
put
that
my
you're
dog on.
bullshitting.
My
You're not
fucking
gonna let him
pet's
have
not
10
ever
grand.
here.
Testing to see if he has more room in his stomach.
All right, put your finger in there.
I like this pet a lot.
He's full. Here, pull up your shirt. Your other hand. All right, first we're gonna put on
Fucking
diodes.
call the ring in for.
Alright.
What are these people's
Deep breath.
decks?
Oh no, it says you have room for 2 more broccolis. You have 3 left, but you only gotta eat 2.
Fucking wrecked, dude.
That's fucking cute.
Maybe you
That
shouldn't
is
cook your
really,
broccoli
really
like
cute.
shit, though.
That's
Maybe you
just
should cook
freaking
your
adorable.
broccoli good
Is
enough
that
to where your
stomach
kid
device?
actually wants to
Where
fucking
can I
eat
get
it,
that? That
dude.
looks awesome. Let me know. Is that some from the TikTok store? or
Probably don't
something?
even know what
I'd
the
love
fuck
to
you're
buy
doing
that.
cooking broccoli. Probably just fucking put butter on it and heat it up in the fucking microwave. Bitch
You'll
ass
understand when you get older,
bullshit, you
balls
know?
and body grooming.
What is with this guy?
Their penis.
I'm playing around. Excuse me. You what?
Their
You'll understand when you get older, balls and body grooming.
anyone want to trim their penis.
Amazing. Fucking amazing. Oh, this is a cool,
He's like, what the fuck does
Dude.
getting older mean? What,
Oh, wow, idiot.
Why am I cutting my penis?
Wasting a murder. Come on now.
Manscaped ad in disguise.
Can you imagine?
Caught my son chugging Parmesan cheese. Oh, let's go.
Vin, what are you doing?
Jesus, really
Vincent,
not
look at
chugging
me.
it, really? Oh my god.
What are you doing?
I would beat his ass, dude. That is ridiculous. You gotta be kidding me with that. Fuck. Hold on.
Are you
I'm just
kidding?
gonna fucking...
What are you doing?
He's closing it back up like he's done this before. Is it weird that I'm jealous of that? I would do that right now. I would walk to the kitchen and do that. In fact, I might. I'm curious as to how that tastes. When I have like bricks of cheese in my fridge, or like perhaps a wheel, any sort of solid shape of cheese, I'll go in there and I'll just take a big bite as a snack and then put it back in the fridge. So this just feels like that, but already chewed. Efficient. Again, smart. My son got his car stuck in the snow and called it a piece of shit.
Well, fucking definitely. You know who taught him that one.
That's not
You
dumb.
know
That's
who
fucking
taught him that
smart.
one.
Why are people mistaking this as stupidity?
let's go, buddy.
He's cloning what you
Let's
do.
go, buddy,
He's
hurry up.
learning.
She's eating an Oreo and she has
This kid's fucked, but I like his Shieldred, because I'm about to play Shieldred, but his Shieldred's a little bit, kind of fresh looking, honestly. I like this dude's swamps too. This guy's all black deck's kind of nice.
Oh, what the fuck? Poor girl. All right,
He's a
that's
black
it. Look,
dude too.
I feel like I have
Oh, he's
to
gonna be pissed when I
disagree.
play Sunfall,
You know,
though,
for the most
ain't he?
part, I think adults are fucking stupid. Adults are stupid. That's my thesis.
I'll wait
Kids
till
are
next
stupid, of
turn.
course, but so are adults. Everybody's stupid. That's
I
the
think I'll wait till.
conclusion.
No,
I'm gonna
I think
go
I'm.
into
Yeah, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play
perfectionism.
Sunfall next turn. I'm gonna get rid of this shit. You gotta be fucking me over.
Hey, I got a new song.
Pop it. See, I'm not gonna block that. No point. I'll just take the damage. Ooh, mango. Miggity miggity mango. What you got? What you got?
Help! Help! Guys, it's time for another iceberg. This time, it's a TikTok iceberg. Sorry about that. TikTok is a bottomless well of entertainment. I love it. It's one of my favorite websites. There are so many people that are on this website, and there's an unlimited amount of content that is posted every single day. My hair looks really stupid right now. And that's why I like it. The variation of content that is posted on the platform. It's awesome. There's so much just crazy shit. You'll see cartel videos one day, and then the next day you'll see a fellow
Can't
that
play
has
Sunfall
a
yet.
very toxic
Why am I missing a
relationship
white?
with hot
Damn it.
dogs. How many videos are posted to TikTok every day? You might be asking yourself, literally at your phone right now. How many videos are 34 million videos posted each day on this platform. That is fucking crazy, dude. And we're gonna start at the surface level of the TikTok iceberg and slowly submerge ourselves in the frigid Chinese water and expose you guys to some of the most despicable people
Frigid Chinese
and
water got
infamous
me.
things that have perpetrated this social media empire. Hello everybody and welcome. Today I want to talk to you about something that has seriously upped my lifestyle game. Bespoke Post. It's not just a subscription box, it's a frickin' game changer. First things first, Bespoke Post is all about discovery. Every month they handpick top shelf products from under the radar brands and they slap them in a box and they send them out to you. 90% of the products come from small brands, many of which are based hit and born in my entire life. Now all these things are awesome, plus Bespoke Post is a supporter of the channel. These things are awesome. Go to Bespoke Post and you. Faking disabilities. Faking disabilities is one thing that has been a trend recently over the last few years, and it's just a drop in the bucket. There are people that exist that fake disabilities for views, or they want to have some kind of disability in order to feel special and just different from the everyday regular Joe. And it has become quite common on TikTok. From the echo chamber of people who just look for self-diagnosis validation to just pretending to have things wrong with them like Tourette's, just sell things and have their businesses on TikTok get attention. It happens a lot.
Barking into
Autism
your order
is a
to
really
pack
big
it.
one that's
I kind of
become
dig
incredibly
that.
popular lately. People like to fake or pretend they have autism or self-diagnose even when doctors tell them they don't have it.
What's that? I don't look autistic?
Yeah, you
I
do.
don't blame you. A lot of doctors missed it. I don't look like Rain Man.
We're rapping
or
about it
Sugar
too.
Cooper, but let me tell you something. The diagnostic criteria that exists was based on a bunch of dudes and little to no chicks, which means a lot of people get misdiagnosed.
Wow. She wants that Tiz, dude. What the hell?
I think that's fairly well established, even in the scientific community. I don't really know what that added to the table, to be honest. No hate, obviously, but I know a girl that looks very similar to her that was recently diagnosed with autism.
Oh, you want to be different so bad? You want to be different so bad? No. I would much rather fit in and be liked.
It's like a weird individualism in not being normal. But nobody's normal, really. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. Just develop a black-pilled approach to it. You don't need to have some kind of diagnosis to be special, or pretend, for that matter. The whole faking disabilities thing has been around for a long time, by the way, but it's really propped up recently with TikTok, and it's become a trend and a fad. Munchausen's has literally become a meme, like the traditional definition of meme, not like this image. We got a couple people out here on TikTok who are aware of this, by the way, such as this
guy
fellow.
diagnosed himself with ADHD based off a TikTok he related to.
So more and more TikTok is teaching me that
I
my
love this guy.
unusual little habits are actually ADHD strategies. I've never been diagnosed with ADHD, but I'm really starting to suspect that I have it.
Then proceeded to make his entire TikTok page about ADHD.
To help me manage my ADHD, I bought this whole pile of books. My ADHD makes it hard to read.
Then got an actual assessment.
Today I'll find out if I have autism and or ADHD.
Found out he doesn't have ADHD.
Did you know that I don't have ADHD?
But was ecstatic to find out he had autism, PTSD, and depression.
A win is a win. A win is a win.
Then made this TikTok.
One thing about me.
Holy
is
shit.
that I am autistic. One of 3 diagnoses.
Another bar?
What the
Another
fuck is
bar?
This is a new thing.
Why do we
And
rap
it's
about
new,
it?
And it's really, really, really.
Oh, this guy's
really
fucking me
weird.
up a little bit. Not
This guy's
playing the
name is Kevin
Nazgul.
Devine,
Oh
by the
shit,
way.
good thing I
He's found
still
a
got my
couple
Sunfall in my
instances of
pocket.
this. People treating
This dude's about to give me a
ADHD or
problem,
some kind of
ain't he?
diagnosis as if it's a trophy after winning
Damn.
a race. By the way, Kai responded to Kevin.
I got Sunfall and Realm Breaker here. Oh, I'm just using Spite. Fuck you.
Did
I'm
you know
just
that
using
I don't have
Spite.
ADHD? That video that you described, like the first 2 seconds of, is about how just because you meet the diagnostic criteria for a particular condition doesn't mean that you have that condition, which is not a thing that I've seen any other creator on this app or anywhere else talk about. So I am owning the mistake that I made and educating others so that they don't make the same mistake.
Kai was a little bit upset, but also very articulate and logical and explained a lot of things that were left out of Kevin's video. But I think the point still remains the same. There is a lot of just murkiness when it comes to building your identity around mental problems. We've got another video of a TikToker that found out that they were autistic after they were doing stims. Stims I did before I knew I was autistic. Leg shake. I do that.
Don't use the fucking Animal Crossing music. I'm shaking my leg right
that as
now,
well.
dude. I do that whenever I'm fucked up.
I don't do that.
I don't tap though.
I do that. I do that. I do that. I do that. I do that.
Do that one. Shut the fuck
I do
up,
that.
dude. Okay, yeah, you do them. I get it. I get it.
Is that not normal? I'm autistic. So, child diagnosis though, not adult diagnosis. I kind of grew out of it. By the way, just to make this very clear, the problem is not necessarily the people that I've shown in this video. There are many more egregious examples. For example, the girl who faked Tourette's and got exposed. That's a fairly egregious example. This is just more of a question, a very tip of the iceberg of how weird TikTok is and how weird all this shit is in general. Imploring people to do tests, find professionals, and get help, not bad.
Why do you have
A
two of
little
these?
further down the iceberg is the fly syringe trend. You may have seen this. It was really weird when I first saw it back in COVID times. This trend entails capturing a fly in a syringe, sucking all the air out of it, and then making it explode. Or implode, either or, I don't know. Or, if you don't want to do that, you just give up and squish it with the plunger. This went viral, like I said, during COVID. Most of the vids have been taken down now, but we found a couple. Now, I've killed my fair share of bugs. In fact, I have a video that came out recently where I did some damage on some dried bugs because they've been getting in my house, and I tested out the bug assault stuff. You know, pretty cool. The fly syringe trend went wild, and people were actively searching for flies outside to torture.
So the fly chose its destiny, and unfortunately, since it can't fly anymore, we're gonna have to do it to you, buddy. I'm sorry.
That was weird. I really don't know what the point of this trend is. What a strange thing. You get 10 likes and you just blow a fly up in a syringe. Then you've got people bragging about just killing flies, which, by the way, I don't give a fuck about flies. I think if all flies died, it would probably throw off some kind of balance in the animal kingdom, but like, I wouldn't care. It's not gonna affect
holding
me.
on to my
I'm not, like,
Sunfall
pro-fly or
and
anything.
my
I kill flies all the
Realm
time.
Breaker's about to be
but I
ready
don't
as
do it
well,
because
so
of a trend on TikTok.
he's really
which
got no
makes me
chance.
better than you.
Hello?
This guy is bragging about
Yeah,
getting famous for
was gonna
killing
do
flies.
that too.
Baller.
So.
Hey yo, not TikTok famous, but got a tiny bit of TikTok clout that one single
Oh yeah,
time
now he's
check.
gonna be mad when I fucking play Sunfall.
That guy's clouded up. It's crazy how
He's
many
gonna be
videos there are of this
mad.
trend.
I'm about
Just
to play
people killing
Sunfall.
flies
Bet he
in
rage
syringes.
quits.
Not
What do you
swatting
think?
them or shocking
You think he's
them
gonna
or
rage quit?
shooting them with the bug assault.
I'm gonna play Sunfall, he's gonna rage quit.
Death. And I don't know who started this, by the way, but there is a video from 2008 about killing a fly in a syringe with pressure.
Deposit a fly into an empty syringe. Replace the plunger and depress, leaving the fly intact.
What
Seal
the
the
hell?
air passage with
Why,
chewing
though?
gum to maximize the pressure effect. Push down on the plunger to create a positive pressure experience for the fly.
Wait, do I still not have the
Continue
fucking...
until...
Why can't I play this?
Maybe it was from 2011. It said 2011 at the end. I'm not really sure. Fuck
Oh.
flies, for real though. And to be fair, I do see some living creatures and I get the urge to kill them, but every time I do, I think of the quote from the poem by Althea Davis. If I'm killed simply for living, then let death be kinder than man. This is a funny little part of the TikTok iceberg. Imitating Holocaust victims. That's right, guys. Imitating Holocaust victims. What in the fuck? For a brief time, a little while ago, there was a terrible trend going around TikTok of people pretending to be a Jew or Jewish people during the Holocaust. Do you know about that? About World War II and the Nazis and what happened to Jewish people during the Holocaust? People were basically glorifying the horrors of the Holocaust and then reaping virtue points or clout. I don't know what the fuck the idea was behind this. It was just folks dressing up, putting dirt
Yeah,
on
I
their
remember.
faces saying
I
that they
actually
were dying.
remember this
I
shit.
died
I
by
don't know
gas
why the
chambers
hell.
in Auschwitz. What?
Like,
what
why?
the fuck is this? I mean,
Like,
maybe
what
just,
was
like, some
going
kind of
on in anybody's
testing,
head
acting
when they
thing?
decided to
I
do
don't
that
really know,
shit?
dude. There
It's
was
like
a
not
lot
a
of people
fucking
for a
yeah.
short
It's like
period of
supposed to
time
be
that
some
were
sort of
pretending as if they were suffering in the Holocaust.
what's it
and
called?
by
It's that
God,
kind of
that is,
acting called not method acting, but yeah, it's like a fucking. They're taking it as a. What do they call it? Acting class? Yeah, whatever. I don't-
a little cherry on top for
ridiculous.
another reason I hate the internet, dude. What the?
They-
It was
yeah,
the
like,
year
that is not-
1941. I was a young girl in a
Yeah.
Jewish family.
Fuck that noise, dog.
Now, to be fair, I don't know if the intentions are
Dude, every
pure,
time he's pulled
but,
a
it was
Nazgul and thrown him
definitely
on,
trendy
I've
from
killed
the
him.
start, and
I've killed the
disgusting
fucking
from the
ghoul
absolute
before he
start,
can puff
before
off,
the idea
before he
was
can
even,
buff up and
thought of. I think
it's
a
gonna
lot of
happen
these people
again.
genuinely thought that they were doing
Literally
a
gonna-
good
oh!
thing and like making
Okay,
a
never mind.
social stand.
Finally eat my
something
words.
along those lines, like writing all the words on you and taking a stand for like Black Lives Matter,
Well, that
and
was
being a white girl on
interesting.
Instagram, something like that. Not to throw
Y'all see my
shade at
green
white
screen
white
fall
girls
down?
on Instagram, but you know what I'm talking about. Where you just like write shit on you, and it's like, what does that even do? What the fuck are you? What are you doing? Twitter was angry.
Alright, so
You
that's
can
a problem.
imagine. People are pretending to be Holocaust
Nazgul's a
victims in
dumbass
new
card.
and disturbing trend on TikTok. This is so disrespectful. Okay, what is wrong with people? Why do you think this is okay? Okay, that's a PhD, by the way. I'm not sure why I gave her that voice. She's based in Red Pill. I agree entirely. We can all come together and agree that these people are dumbasses. The backlash for this permeated far enough into the actual
See, that's
cockles
stupid.
of the TikTok
I'm fucked now.
heart. All right. When you search Holocaust Challenge now on TikTok, it gives you a little thing. Look at this. We encourage you to verify the facts and trust credible sources when seeking information about the Holocaust and its legacy. So let's end that trend. That's a dumb one. That's a really, really, really dumb one. Swipe it from the platform. Just cannot imagine being someone who's just not Jewish at all and just like a fucking seeing that and being like, I'm gonna put dirt on my face and I'm gonna get some likes on TikTok. This is gonna be awesome. The next part of the iceberg.
The 3
is
came
all
out.
bad. There's not any area of gray.
Kuma.
It is incredibly dangerous
came
and
out.
incredibly disturbing, and I do not like it.
Fucking game over, son. You put up a good fight, though.
Bad challenges. We've kind of been over this. You got the Tide Pod challenge. That was all. Devious Licks challenge. Stealing things. The Kia challenge. Stealing cars with USB sticks. Mudahar made a video on this. Mudahar! This one might be one of the worst challenges to have ever come out of any social media platform. I can't speak for the future, but this one's pretty bad. It's called the Foreigner Challenge because a song called Foreigner by Pop Smoke plays to the background, and then you put images of stuff that you are not supposed to put images of on TikTok there, and then it goes viral. I will say that this is just the kind of challenge that Josiah Misukami would like. This is a fellow that got exposed on YouTube for being pro-incest, pro-zoophilia, and pro-PDF file. Not a good guy. He would have loved this if he weren't in jail. The challenge was basically putting explicit photos or images or videos, whatever the fuck you want to call them, to the tune of Foreigner, a really good song. I like it. It's a bop, to be honest. I think
That went
Due to this
hard.
being
What
on
the
TikTok,
hell?
The videos and photos of this challenge were not just from anybody. They were from people who were not of specific age, I should say, right? Minors. They upload this and then they send it, and then challenge channels would upload it, and it was just propagating illegal content. I gotta be really careful on YouTube, or they're just like, no, you can't say that. Now it's time to get demonetized and get a Frankenheimer. Leave me be. I've been a good boy. Potentially the most disgusting aspect of all this is that there were people who were really emphasizing the
You did
issue
anyway.
and raising awareness by spreading these videos on Twitter. Wow, that's awesome. And this whole thing originated on Funimate, the little app for video editing, and it made its way onto TikTok. It's not good, it's bad. The Bangladeshi TikTok user that used the app to traffic women. TikTok shops are huge right now. People are always peddling their snake oil, selling random
Snake
shit,
oil?
getting people to buy
My
stuff.
boy just said
It's
snake
weird.
oil.
It's like a whole new commerce part of TikTok that I'm not exactly that fond of, but oh well, we'll see. I'm sure I'll probably put my candy up there
Peddling
one
that
day.
snake
What if
oil?
I told you before TikTok shop, people were still
taking too
selling
long.
things
Being
on
in
TikTok.
bronze is boring.
And some people were selling people on TikTok,
People are-
using the platform for human trafficking.
What are
Back
their
in
decks?
2021,
That guy's
there was
deck
a
actually
criminal
wasn't bad.
enterprise
I just
that
had like
trafficked
incredible luck.
approximately 1,500 women
that last round,
on
to be
TikTok.
completely
The
honest.
TikTok page is still active, by the way. They posted videos
Yeah.
of these women, among other things, and it
Complete
was
3
horrible.
quick
And this
draft.
guy, Hidoy Bob,
draft.
I get really uncomfortable
do that
when things
later.
are bad and
I don't wanna
serious,
do
and
that
I
right
start
now.
laughing, and it's not disrespectful. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but this guy's name, Hidoy Bob.
I
That's how
love the
Google
art in this game.
pronounced it. This guy, Hidoy Bob.
Dude, I love that. What is that?
He was the
Who's that
mastermind behind
guy?
the operation. Him and his gang of degenerates
Fuck, this
would
hand is
traffic women across the
interesting.
border from Bangladesh into India,
No, we can play it.
where
We
they
can
would be
play
sold
it.
into
We can
prostitution.
play
An
it.
absolute travesty. Horrible. These goobers would entice women
Probably
with their
gonna go for
TikTok page,
Norns,
and after recording some
Inquisitor
videos together, they would promise them
first.
better jobs abroad, and then they would traffic them, force them into prostitution. This guy would record all sorts of videos with these people, and a lot of the videos
I
are
love
still up,
this
by the way.
guy.
He had 50K
It
followers
looks like
at the
my
time, now he
husband
has
or something.
71,000. What a fucking idiot. This guy Hidoy and his bros would record all kinds of videos with the people that they would eventually traffic, and by the way, the videos are still up on his channel. I said it's active. It's still around. He doesn't post on there. He's in jail, hopefully forever. Here's a video of him and a woman lip syncing together. Hidoy, that looks like a child. So how the fuck did this guy attract these poor people that he would then traffic? Well, by hosting pool parties, of course. He and his friends would invite the women to these parties and record videos with them dancing. He would promise them they'd become models if they kept going with him. They would tell them about the potential to work in India, abroad, and promise that if they came with him, they would be well worth the journey. But he was a fucking lying piece of shit. All right, it turns out. One girl who was a victim of this TikTok trafficking gang, Saida, came out about her story and recalls the fact that she had no idea that she'd been trafficked until they entered the country illegally. And then when she said she would go to the police, she received threats and abuse from the men who trafficked her. She recounted being taken from place to place, sharing rooms with other victims, etc. And when she attempted to intervene in an attempted assault over another girl, a wine bottle was broken on her head. This is just some of the horrible things that these pieces of shit did back in 2021. Now, Saida was lucky enough to escape and then flee back to Bangladesh after bribing a border agent 500 rupees. And then she was able to get to the police, who then cared for her and periodically checked in on her and her family, which is incredible. That being said, Hidoy was not arrested until a video that he recorded of these women doing unspeakable things went viral and, you know, incriminated him there. And then that's when the attention was gotten, and that's when he actually went to jail. Hidoy and 5 other fucking dipshits were arrested in connection with this trafficking charge. It's bizarre. At one point, the TikTok channel was removed, but now it's back up. I really don't know exactly what TikTok has decided to do with this or why this is a thing, but that is a scary part of TikTok.
Shit to do,
a little bit deeper down
smoke
into
and
Upper,
drive,
alright?
smoke and drive, smoke and
Finally,
drive,
deep
smoke
down the TikTok iceberg, we have Zachary Latham killing to be TikTok famous. So this dumbass decided to commit a felony for some TikTok fame. What exactly did he do? Well, I will show you.
What are you gonna do, Karen?
That's not my name. So get my name straight. Go ahead.
You okay, Karen?
So it all started with Zachary filming this video of a woman named Catherine. He just calls her Karen and cuts her off, and then she's confronting him for him driving recklessly in a neighborhood. This video would get a lot of attention. The Karen stuff always does extremely well on YouTube and everywhere else. People love laughing at, for some reason, women who are mad. I don't know why. The comments of that video egged him on, obviously, because people don't like Karens. They said he should slash her tires or go after her. There were even comments of people saying things like that.
Go after her. What does that mean?
Catherine accusing Zachary
What the hell
of
are you
swerving
gonna
into their
do?
son who was riding a bike. You know, while he's driving. Then he was confronted by a fellow named William, according to the New York Times.
Tommy, a
and
whispered
in their report,
hopes
they
is a
said
cool
he
card.
elbowed Catherine and then knocked her phone from her hand onto the ground and then fled the scene. My voice just cracked. Sorry about that. Things then escalated to the worst, with Zachary being egged on by the internet, and the Durhams arrived on his property, and Zachary's wife Sarah told him to leave the property. Then they come close to him. Seems like they
Put on
swing
a
at him.
permanent, you
Zachary
control that
himself
many
was armed with a
plus
stun
one.
gun and a
Plus
4-inch
one,
knife,
plus
and the
one
Durhams were
counters.
unarmed.
You just say
He
plus
attacked
one
the
3
sons
times
and
in that
retreats into the
sentence.
garage, and William
Put on
follows him
that
into the
permanent
garage.
instead,
He
add
gets
X
stabbed
when I
in the
make more
armpit. It
counters.
punctures his lung,
Tap
and then he
target
eventually died
creature,
from that
put
wound.
3 stun
Zachary
counters
was
on
released
it.
from jail and was allowed to
Fine.
be free until the trial, which is
Good choice.
crazy. But on one side, it was considered self-defense since they came into his house or his garage, and then they threatened him. So, you know, that's self-defense. But on the other hand, Zachary was actively seeking them out and instigating things instead of hiding in his home and calling the police. Later on, the Durhams sent a letter to the police claiming that Zachary could not have been doing it for self-defense because he lured William into the garage to record it for a TikTok, with Sarah behind the camera and recording the incident that was used in court. The court told Zachary to cease all behavior on social media that they could find an impartial jury, but then the Durhams claimed that he had created another account to talk about the case even further. Why the fuck was he allowed to use his phone? Just put him in jail or something. And further on, with Zachary remaining free, he committed another crime. He was arrested in Florida for threatening a motorist. The motorist that he threatened said that he was threatened by a guy near an airport. He threatened to ram his car, and then he also revealed a firearm. That was Zachary. When they found him, he had a BB gun that looked like an AK-47. He was charged with aggravated assault and intent to commit a felony with a deadly weapon without the intent to kill. And that would be a BB gun, I guess, is the deadly weapon. I'm
Deadly
not really
weapon,
sure. All
yeah.
of this was supposedly
I feel
for
ya.
TikTok clout, according to
Look
the
at this
Durhams.
guy. He might give me
and
an
Zachary
issue.
was eventually found in
Yeah,
April of this year,
Shieldred,
not
I got
guilty on all counts of
Pegasus,
death,
I got...
which is wild, man.
But this,
Anyways,
this
TikTok's a
commie
crazy app. The
whispered
rabbit hole
hopes and,
runs
and
deep.
these
The
little
iceberg
these plus one
goes
counters
far
he's
down.
popping off is
And the stuff we
crazy.
covered in this video,
Wait, what did he
hopefully
just
are things that you will
do?
never see on your
He's
own
got
For You
what?
page. And maybe you'll see more people eating hot dogs and funny dances and maybe some farts. Things
Okay,
like that.
Contagion
Cats, dogs,
Class.
farts, maybe some chimps. Okay,
Contagion
guys, I love a good chimp on
dispensary.
TikTok.
Fuck
Anyways,
me.
thanks for watching.
Well, I guess we have to play Shieldred now.
Today we are talking about an ancient YouTuber known as Crabblecop.
Why do you think that's a good idea? No, no. Keep going, Dilly.
Help!
y'all, Scott here. I got my Halloween costume in early this year. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild released to critical acclaim in March of 2017. This was immediately recognizable as one of the most impactful gaming moments in recent memory, hell, of all time even, which makes it that much more impactful as I throw it off this bridge. At the launch of Nintendo Switch, this was right alongside it, and was the only thing I cared about on that system for the next month and a half. How impressive. I'd say it was the only thing I cared about in general for a bit there. This ended up being the first Zelda game I officially beat. Even though I dabbled in most of the other games throughout the years and really liked what I played, I never saw them through to the end. But it was Breath of the Wild that truly hooked me and made it so much easier to appreciate and understand what makes Zelda
Breath of the
special.
Wild.
And judging by how much this game sold, outselling Super Mario Odyssey, pushing the series to more widespread popularity than ever before, even seeing more traditional titles like Link's Awakening and Skyward Sword HD doing better than most comparable games ever did, it's obvious many people had a similar experience.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Nice though. Nice. Shit. So now I got Realm Breaker.
Yes, also back in 2017, I decided to ruin my reputation in more ways than one, and talk about a few problems I had with the game. Hey, when you love somebody, you gotta tell them how it is sometimes.
I'm gonna summon the Pegasus before I sack.
Hate you. I worded this by saying Breath of the Wild isn't perfect. Nothing is. Damn it. Well, I know nobody who gave this game a 10 out of 10 was actually saying
you got in that
perfect.
hand, buddy? They
It
didn't
was
want
the
you to
easiest
play
way
so
get my
bad.
point across. To talk about all the annoyances I had with the game that I felt could be improved upon in a potential sequel. And, wouldn't you know? Tears of the Kingdom isn't perfect. Well, after 6 years of waiting for a follow-up, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom released on May 12th, 2023. And much like Breath of the Wild, it received 10 out of 10s across the board. This was considered a landmark sequel to a landmark title, something that outdid something undoable. Now, in my opinion... Jesus Christ! Oh my god, I can go underground, I can go up so high and then fall all the way down below, make my own contraptions? How is this running on
Unlock
a
me.
broken Nintendo Switch? The new abilities are insane! I can fuse weapons with anything, rewind objects in time, ascend through ceilings,
Oh,
the
wait.
puzzles are so
We'll wait.
creative, the world is never ending with so many finely crafted things
Next
to
turn.
do. Yeah!
I love
That
Scott.
being said, I
Dude,
have
Hill
a few
just did that.
complaints.
Somebody
You
just
may
doused
be
my boy.
saying,
Just
Scott, why bother with the pointless negativity? You love this game. Just embrace it. I did. And hey, being negative is healthy. The world could use more negativity. Like, haven't you heard?
No, stop doing this.
Things have been too positive lately. Son of a bitch. In my opinion,
-1.
Breath of the Wild has one of the greatest openings in all of gaming.
I
Not
have
only
to
for
sack
what
it next
is,
turn.
But what it represented at the time.
If I don't
After the
sack it
release of
next turn, I'm
Skyward
pretty
Sword,
sure it'll
many
disappear.
lamented the slow opening Zelda
But I'll win
titles
after
were
that.
notorious for having. Being over tutorialized, so much dialogue and exposition, and it takes like 2 hours to actually get going. But with this game, you're getting your
Don't
bearings
do
in
it.
5
No.
5 minutes.
No. Oh, he doesn't die. Yeah, he dies. See,
And over to
dude,
the
this
old
guy's
man who you
deck's.
can go up to for advice on what to do next. But at this point, it's all up
guy's
to
got a
you.
deck.
Sure, to get your paraglider to advance past this area, you have to visit
And he
the 4
fucking
shrines and tower. But there aren't excessive cutscenes and dialogue telling you to
That's
do
a
this.
7
Hell,
now?
Talking to the old man is how you're directly
I
told
hit that
what to
7
do.
times
Well,
now?
all
This
really
dude's
quick and painless.
dick,
You just flat
man.
out ignore him and go to these things yourself if you want.
I don't
And
like
because
it.
Of that, I always felt
Was that
free in this game to
3-5?
do
Hit me with
anything
3-5?
I pleased. Even in
Yeah,
the opening hour
you-
where you're at
you
your
can hit
most
me with the
limited,
3-5.
What I saw was an immediate world
Jesus,
of endless
bro.
possibilities.
Damn.
Tears of the Kingdom, on the other hand,
So what is this, 6 here?
this opening isn't bad. It does the job and has
I'm
some
gonna start milling
incredibly
him.
memorable moments. Though throughout the whole thing, I was constantly thinking to myself,
start milling him.
I think I preferred Breath of the Wild's intro. The first bit of gameplay features Link and Zelda exploring the depths of Hyrule Castle, and you walk forward, cutscene, walk forward, cutscene, walk forward, cutscene. Then 10 more minutes of cutscenes, and then the tutorial actually begins, which this is a perfectly fine intro. Feels like many other AAA games. But that's just the thing here. It feels like it's doing the exact thing Breath of the Wild set out not to do. Because what follows is nearly 3 hours of the Great Sky Island, the first major area in the game, here to give and teach you the major new abilities and reveal more of the plot. And my god, there's so much dialogue, so much stopping to tell you something you already know, and everything is so damn slow. This island is designed in a way where you don't explore it like the Great Plateau, the first area in Breath of the Wild. It's far more linear. It doesn't look like it. But once
This
you
dude's
start
deck
playing,
is
you
insane.
realize there's really not as much to do here other than
Look at that.
exactly what the game wants you to do. You just have to keep moving forward to the next story-beating cutscene, which just felt strange from the sequel to the game that defied this. But to be fair, the abilities you
Oh my
get kinda
god,
require
what
more
the
tinkering
fuck,
to fully
dude?
understand. So obviously, this opening is more guided for a reason. I just think it could have been
I think I'm
refined to
dead.
be quicker, more impactful.
I think you just
more
think you just
fun,
flipped the
because
script
the
on
Great
me.
Plateau
I think
could
I
have been
lose
home to
this
an
now.
entire game, honestly. When I was able to leave, I wasn't going.
That's
"Thank
ridiculous.
Christ."
This
My
dude's
eyes
deck is
wide,
crazy.
thinking, "Oh, things just expanded
I kind of
so
want to play this
much."
dude's deck.
I couldn't wait to get off of this goddamn thing.
Is there a way I
Jeez,
can...
Scott,
with opinions like those,
Like, this
you
dude's
should
deck looks
monetize
fun to
them. Have
play.
people call in
That
and
was
tell you
nuts.
off.
This is
Somebody with
nutty.
dog opinions would say.
Because he hasn't
"That's
even...
a
Yeah.
horrible idea."
If he had counters on his elves, then...
Hi, my name is YouTube user Scott.
And fuck,
Hates
look at
Breath of
this.
the
So I
Wild.
gotta
I
take the
make hourly
14 no
content
matter
on
what.
playing Breath of the Wild and failing to make
So that
hourly
means I have
content
to
on
block
Breath of the Wild for the past 6 years.
14,
And with Breath of the
1, 2,
Wild
3,
sequel releasing, I found this to be
17.
the
I'll have 1
perfect
HP
opportunity
left.
to take our first caller.
If I block...
Scott, I'm going to find you and
Exile
skin
shield
you
every
alive.
turn, battlefield
This
transfer, and
is
activate
Hate
only.
Scott. Why not? Well, let's see what everybody has to say.
Hey there, Scott. Heard you weren't the biggest fan of Tears of the Kingdom.
Target player, okay. So I will block with the Inquisitor.
Roman gladiator levels of bullshit. When they do your fucking autopsy, you're gonna have a different set of teeth.
Constructive criticism. Yum yum yum.
And I think I win anyway, no matter what now.
If you think Tears of the Kingdom is the best game ever made, I will come to Ohio and beat your ass.
Like I said, the abilities you have in this game take some getting used to, and
I think I win.
justifiably so. I mean, these things are incredible feats of game design and engineering, and that all comes at a price. Product to offer, but to each their own. The Ultra Hand ability is ingenious, and a miracle it works
need to
as well
grab
as it
my
does.
food.
Being able to grab and manipulate objects, sticking them together to other things to create whatever you can imagine, all without the game fucking exploding. That's a miracle, but it makes sense, because instead, it
Here,
is
give me a
I who
second.
explodes. Ultra...
Give me a second. I know nobody's watching anyway, who cares? This fucking green screen, I swear, dude. What's up, dudes? What's up? Got my food, sweating bullets.
Your hand is so damn funky, man. Just trying to rotate an object exactly how you want is so hard to get used to. And when you stick an item together and want to unstick them, you have to wiggle the right stick. Why? I get you're trying to convey the feeling of actually unsticking something in real life, but there are a fair amount of buttons not being used when you have Ultra Hand enabled.
That was the controller I kept finding impossible to Photoshop the other day. Ugh.
Why can't I just hit one of those instead? And the act of sticking things together can be kind of finicky. Man, either I'm bad at this game, or this ability can be pretty clunky sometimes, and I'm bad at this game. But let's talk one of our other new abilities. Fuse. Much like how you can attach objects together with Ultra Hand, you can attach pretty much anything in your inventory together to create stronger items or give them different properties, which opens up so many doors. Let's attach something to an arrow. Why is this more cumbersome than my taxes? Which isn't saying much, but still. Fusing a material to an arrow you've drawn is done via this menu, which is just every single material you have in a single file line. It works, it's easy enough, but you collect hundreds of materials in this game, and there's so much empty space on the screen, you cannot tell me this was the best solution here. And you know what's crazy? This is one of the best ways Fuse is implemented. Because if we want to fuse our sword or shield with anything in our inventory, you can't do it like with arrows. No. You have to select the item in the pause menu, hold it, drop it in game, select Fuse on your ability wheel, and then combine it with what you're currently holding. Well, son of a bitch, I had an open 15 seconds in my schedule to fill in there. Thank you, Tears of the Kingdom. Why do I have to do all this? It should be as simple as selecting the item in your menu and hitting a fuse button. Oh, that's basically how it works for arrows. I get they want you to fuse with items on the fly when you find them in the world, and the ability works well in that scenario. But using it in menus with arrows without having to select the ability while not being able to use it in menus with everything else and needing to have fuse selected while doing it is inconsistent. It's clunky. I've lost many a material dropping it in the world to fuse with, and oh, it probably fell off this clip. What else are clips for, right? Let's try this again. I want to fuse a rocket to my shield. There's an enemy nearby. Let me take care of that. Son of a bitch. Now these abilities are selected by holding down L to access this wheel containing all of these special little things we can do, like map. Damn, this game has abilities through the fucking roof. Did you hear what you can do in Tears of the Kingdom? You can boot up the game, you can press start, you can sit there after pressing start. Why does this wheel have so much filler? Why is the map here when I can more quickly access it by hitting minus? Why is Amiibo here when you can just put that in the pause menu? Like, when are we gonna need that at a moment's notice? And these being here increases my baffle output tenfold when there are so many things that would benefit from being selectable this way. Take, for example, the Sage ability, your reward for beating the temples. And what a reward they are. Congratulations, you saved the world.
That's so unsatisfying.
This was cool. During my first temple, I found having a companion with a special ability to be really useful and wasn't looking forward to completing it and having to go back to how things were before. So to get the spirit of that companion as a reward and effectively having them by my side throughout the rest of the game was a treat. But then you get another, and another, and another. And when you have all of them following you around and they clog up the screen, it can be overwhelming, but that's not even the half of it. To use their abilities, you have to walk up to each one manually and hit A. But
I hate doing that.
Controlled companions, sometimes they're not where
they
you
run
want
away
them
from
to
your
be,
ass,
or they're actively running away from you, or another one butts in front of the one you want and you activate the wrong ability. Having these guys follow you around and fight with you is nice. It makes the adventure feel less lonely, and their abilities can be very useful. But this is Clunk 101. Did you ever go to Clunk school?
Open this jar.
They did. You can turn each sage on or off from the pause menu. Though their abilities are so useful at a moment's notice, I'm willing to put up with said Clunk to just have them around at all times. Though if they were a part of the ability wheel, it would be much easier to warrant doing this. I don't know. This game just made some funky decisions with its interface. Speaking of which, spot the difference. Yeah, this one's on the left. After waiting over 6 years, I was definitely excited to see what Nintendo did to address many complaints and issues with Breath of the Wild while also improving the overall experience. Apparently the guy for that was out. Yeah, when I look back at the complaints I had and the complaints others had, Tears of the Kingdom doesn't really fix much of this. It's pretty much Breath of the Wild, warts and all, with a big fat layer of new stuff laid on top of it. The user interface looks identical, and while it's functional, I think a redesign would have gone a long way. We're already reusing so much from the previous game here that the least you could do is choose a different font. The inventory and map screens at least saw a few tweaks, but not enough to feel all that distinct or improved. In fact, the only thing I originally thought they changed was the color here. The graphics, practically identical. I mean, from a technical standpoint, yes, they've made improvements, and while there's impressive tech and hard work behind them, it's all pretty damn subtle in practice. Without looking up the dirty details, this looks the same. Speaking of looking the same, that was my problem with the shrines in Breath of the Wild. When you have 120 mini-dungeons to complete and they all look identical, it can become a bit grating. And in Tears of the Kingdom, thankfully, they gave us new interior and exterior designs for the shrines. For this game, every shrine still looks the same. What a lineup! Weapon degradation, something complained about to no end previously. It's still here. Hell, it's even worse. Pretty much every sword you pick up now is rusted,
because
meaning
you're
they
supposed
last.
to fuse. You're supposed to fuse everything.
But this is to incentivize you to fuse your weapons to make them more durable, which, in practice, I mean, sure, it works, but when you have to give us pretty much nothing but rusted weapons on the surface to get us to do it, it doesn't end up feeling like it makes a huge difference to me. But you can also repair your weapons by going up to Octoroks, dropping your weapon, having them suck it up, spit it back out, it'll be brand new, and often have a status buff. And how did I learn to do this? I didn't! This is such a hidden feature. You would only discover it by accident on your own, and you can only do it once with each Octorok. So what, this solves everything? Well, head down to the depths. There, you can find non-rusted weapons, but goddamn, I gotta do all this to get more than 5 hits out of a sword? I always appreciated weapon degradation. I felt it pushed you to be creative and act on the spot in combat once a weapon broke, forcing you to try all the weapons in the game rather than sticking to only a handful. And with the introduction of Fuse, this is pushed even further. Now, it's all about this. A weapon about to break? Experiment. Combine it with something to keep it alive for just a bit longer, and hey, you may discover a great weapon setup that way. I think this is all ingenious, but it doesn't really solve my problem with weapon degradation. I just wanted them to last a little bit longer. Now, they last shorter by default, and I gotta do all this junk for them to be usable past like one enemy. This solution is perfect on paper. It keeps the game balanced with breakable weapons while offering a solution that still promotes experimentation. But because 95% of the weapons are rusted and on average last shorter than Breath of the Wild, I feel like we're sort of back where we started. Climbing in the rain is still a no-go, though you can find clothing with slip resistance, much like how I found this bulletproof vest. Well, this doesn't do a damn thing. I just feel like Tears of the Kingdom doesn't really improve on much from Breath of the Wild. Rather, introduces a ton of stuff which can in theory improve issues from that game, but those issues are still there, and if they actually end up improving them, it's a bit situational sometimes.
Oh my god, Scott. It has to be opposite day where you are, because you actually think we give a fuck about your Tears of the Kingdom opinions? You nerd emoji looking fuck.
I've been feeling damn good lately, but I know I need to balance my emotions more, so thank you for hurting me.
Hey Scott, this is Matthew from Tucson, Arizona. I don't actually care about Tears of the Kingdom, but I have to ask you, have you ever paid your taxes?
Hey Scott.
As many times as he's made that joke, I'm starting to believe he actually commits tax fraud.
No, it stands for thank you for your input. Tears of the Kingdom is a brand new game, not something that could have just been an update or an expansion pack. It's its own entity. There's no getting around that. And because of that, its insistence on following Breath of the Wild's format holds it back tremendously in my opinion. It hits the exact same bullet points of what you did in the previous game. The tutorial section involves going to 4 shrines to get your abilities. Then you have to go to 4 different regions on the map to basically do the dungeons of the game, and all the while find Koroks hiding in the same types of places, which collecting them does the same exact thing they did in Breath of the Wild, much like running around finding the tears, which is this game's memories. Find the shrines, complete the shrines, they do the exact same thing they did in the previous game. But when you find the Master Sword, oh, it's completely different this time around. You need more stamina to regain it instead of hearts.
Who are you?
So much of what you do in Tears of the Kingdom follows the exact same template as Breath of the Wild, and I get it, it's a sequel. I was expecting it to follow a lot of the same tropes, but I mean, beat for beat, this follows that game too closely. This structure worked great in Breath of the Wild, and it works fine here, but honestly, this all felt more natural in that game. Why were you going to the 4 different regions there? Why, to free the 4 divine beasts, because your goal is to waltz into Hyrule Castle and eliminate Calamity Ganon right from the start. But going to these 4 regions and completing these help you become stronger and make Calamity Ganon weaker. Why are you going to the 4 different regions in Tears of the Kingdom? To waste my goddamn time. The story in Tears of the Kingdom was treated as if it was so much more in-depth and better than Breath of the Wild. While, in my opinion, I honestly think it's more shallow and far worse. Breath of the Wild's plot was really basic. However, I would never call it bad. I think it was perfect for what they were trying to do. Practically everything was optional. You didn't need to complete the Divine Beast. You didn't need to find the memories. You could
get my silverware. Oh wait, no, I have my right here.
Do whatever you want, so I can tell how difficult it was to craft a story around this. But they did it. It's very simple, though it has some great character moments, and the concept of Link suffering from amnesia and having to piece together memories by finding locations and recalling certain scenes worked well with the non-linear setup of the game. These memories make sense to be seen out of order, because that's how you regain memories. Oftentimes, you just remember a certain thing that happened. Don't know what happened before, what happened after, just that. And it's not like these memories are revealing any vital story details you need to know. It's all supplemental. You already know what happened at the end of the day, so what these are more focused on is showcasing Zelda as a character, who she was, what she was interested in, what she struggled with, how her and Link interacted, which makes the drive to rescue her that much greater. As time passes, I respect how this game does story more and more. Though, once again, the story itself, nothing groundbreaking. I mostly think it's good because it works incredibly well in tandem with how Breath of the Wild is designed as a game. Tears of the Kingdom ever around with an antonym? This story is lame as hell, man. Just, it isn't a good time with the gameplay like with Breath of the Wild, but it's also not good in its own right. Zelda is captured by the resurrected corpse of the Demon King, and Link is nearly killed in the process, awaking with a replaced arm courtesy of the spirit of the first king of Hyrule, the goat with abs. Go down to Lookout Landing, and Purah tells you, man, you should check out those 4 regions you already went to in the last game to get some answers as to what the hell is going on here. So you go to a region, you see Zelda walking around in the distance ominously, doing evil in the sort. Everybody goes, is that Princess Zelda? Why would she be doing such things? You do some stuff for them, you end up at one of the dungeons, do that, the boss pops up, which usually doesn't feel impactful. Many of these felt about as evil and threatening as a Hinox you'd find dozens of times in the open world. The different variations of Ganon boss fights in Breath of the Wild got old, yeah, but in the context of what was going on in that game, they felt like a bigger deal. You beat everything, an ancestor of your partner from that region appears and tells you what happened all those years ago and lends them their secret stone. I hope that sounded interesting, because if it didn't, that's on me. I need to learn how to spin bullshit stories better. But also because it's the same damn thing in each of the regions. And why am I doing all of this? For research? After the first region, I think I have a pretty good idea of what's happening. And everybody's constantly befuddled as to why Zelda would be doing all of this. But Link has seen all of this from the very start. He saw the resurrection, Zelda falling, but we just let everybody else put it together first. Which, can I just ask, who the hell is Link as a character at this point? Throughout the entire series, he's been considered the link between the player and the game. Up until Breath of the Wild, you can name him whatever you wanted, he never spoke, really driving home how Nintendo viewed him like a sort of avatar, a stand-in for the player. However, Breath of the Wild broke one of many series traditions by not allowing you to name Link. He was just Link. He's officially his own character now. He's not you, he's not me, he's not shit in my pants Jerry, he's Link. So why doesn't he act like it, damn it? It's so odd to me that the games where Link is an actual character, he has significantly less character than in the games where he's supposed to be more of a blank slate for the player. Now, I feel that over time, the developers sort of stopped viewing Link as this and just kept letting you name the character, for example, because every Zelda did. You look at a game like Wind Waker with the most expressive Link of all time, or Skyward Sword with a genuine love story between him and Zelda. You can't tell me Nintendo believes this Link's name is Scott Wozniak, because if they do, well, I have a legal case to make. But it's just baffling how this Link, who is entirely his own character, definitively named Link, just stands there for the most part with a blank stare, which is 10 times more irritating when I have to view possessed Zelda walking around and act like I don't know what's going on. 4 times. Yes, let me hear what this ghost has to say about the imprisoning war, which consists of people standing around Ganondorf and Zelda saying, "Don't worry, Link will save everything." Multiple times. There's nothing new that's ever learned from any of these. They all say the same thing. That's just the first 40 hours, so it picks up later, I promise. Littered throughout the world are the tears, which will show what Zelda's been up to, which, like I said, replace the memories from the previous game. Since you're finding these randomly throughout the game, there's no way around it. You're gonna find them out of chronological order. The memories worked in this regard. The tears? I don't think so, man. So these showcase Zelda after becoming stuck in the past and meeting and working with Abgo and wife who's okay with that. This is a pretty straightforward story of Zelda and the King and Queen of Hyrule trying to stop Ganondorf that has no benefit to being viewed out of order. I don't understand why they did this outside of, it's what Breath of the Wild did. And honestly, there's nothing really interesting I learned from these outside of the Master Sword is a girl.
Never seen a lot of these
you know
cards
exactly what's
before.
going on in this story at almost every second, which makes the forced mystery of what's going on just tiresome. I've seen many allude to how this game has a far better narrative than Breath of the Wild, but I disagree. I bet it feels that way just because the game pretends to care about story more. But all it boils down to is a plot that has nothing to really say. It's not bad, I just call it kinda lame. Something that does the job it needed to do, but in a way that felt far more forced than its predecessor.
Alright, answer me this, bitch. Have you ever woken up in the morning and tried having a good opinion?
Thank you for your input. Unfortunately, I've always wanted to have bad opinions and not wake up.
Hey Scott, your opinion on Tears of the Kingdom is so bad, my wife left me. Thanks for that, asshole.
It's touching when somebody says I affected their life.
Hey Scott, go f*** yourself.
Tears of the Kingdom's big hook getting a grand reveal at E3 2021, being the focal point of the box art and basing the tutorial on it, the sky, man, f*** this thing. Well, at least in the sense that it really isn't as big of a deal as they made it seem. What's a bigger deal is the verticality of the game, going up crazy high and being able to regain your footing on a sky island to plan your next move. Which is great, but the sky islands aren't what's great here. What is the point of these? They're not that prevalent, and when they are, there's oftentimes nothing of note to do on them. That opening section, that's it. That's the sky's magnum opus. I was expecting an aha moment, but what we got was pretty much just random floating platforms in the sky, many of which feel copy and pasted, and even then, there aren't a ton of them, so advertising this as a key part of the game when this is the finalized map of the sky, like, there's so much dead space. So you'd assume what is there is finally crafted to be as purposeful and worthwhile as possible. Well, here's the Sky Island. And here's the point. Oh no! I like that these are here, but they feel like a giant missed opportunity. Like, there should be something more to these, because at the moment, whenever I land on one, oftentimes there's nothing there. The best use for them, honestly, is to get a good look at everything from incredibly high vantage points, which, for a game like this, is incredibly useful, so I don't want to downplay that. But at that point, they're functionally the same as the towers from the previous game. They're just higher up now, and when it comes to what there is to do on them, I was just expecting more than, oh my god, a frog. The more substantial layer of the world in comparison is easily the depths, which were a big surprise to everyone playing their first time. I mean, these weren't discussed at all pre-release. And that first time you dive in here, it is jaw-dropping. Considering this is the same world as Breath of the Wild, but now has not only a world above it, but a world below, all running on technology that's the equivalent of boiled relish.
That's better than I thought.
To go from the highest point possible all the way down to the depths in real time is incredible. There's no getting around that. But when I'm actually down there, this is fucking awesome! I think the depths are an amazing addition, but after that initial shock of being able to go down here and all the materials you can find, there's really not a lot going on. Not enough actual things to do outside of keep moving forward in the dark, and when I find something like a giant boss, I spend so much time trying to take it down, wasting loads of my inventory to end up getting basically nothing worthwhile in return. This area is massive, but everything just looks the same, especially early on when it's pitch black and you're fumbling around in the dark before you realize to use the bright bloom seeds. But even after you illuminate everything, this all feels auto-generated. I like going down here for a change of pace and to collect better materials, but that's kind of it. There's not enough productive activities to do down here for me to feel like I'm doing anything more than just wasting my time. At least this game has actual dungeons
procedurally
now.
generated.
Or does it? I do think the Divine Beast caught a lot of flack, and much of it was justified. Though, looking back, my main problem stems from how they all look the same visually. The concept of a dungeon being inside a giant robot animal and moving a part of the animal to then change the map layout on the fly is pretty damn cool. It's just, obviously these could have been so much more. An actual dungeon in a traditional Zelda game is so intricate and large with unique visual and audible identity. The Divine Beasts were all pretty much the same thing, just a different layout. For Tears of the Kingdom, I wanted dungeons that were as robust as they were in games like Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword. These are basically divine beasts again, you just called them temples. These aren't bad whatsoever. I think they're all well designed and can have some really great ideas. But these ain't anywhere near as good as other dungeons throughout the series. I think the main problem is they all follow the same format. Go to these 5 waypoints, turn something on. And while each of these have some really cool gimmicks and puzzles to make them more memorable than the Divine Beasts, now oftentimes the journey to these temples is incredible. But the temples themselves just feel like they're missing something. While they're more distinct from one another than in Breath of the Wild, they're still pretty bland in comparison to other games. Following the exact same template as one another, the boss fights not being anything too compelling, these don't feel as finely crafted as something like a Skyward Sword dungeon. And while these are good, these are more Divine Beast than traditional dungeon in my opinion.
Hey, Scott. I'm just calling in with my barbershop choir with this little message. And 1, 2, 3, 4. You're just plain correct. I'm done.
Very cute. And hurtful. I'm in pain.
Hey, Scott. First-time viewer, long-time caller here. You know, I've agreed with you up until this point, but did you ever consider that we both might be f***ing idiots?
Hey! The frame rate, it can get a little spunky. Never unplayable whatsoever, but it is something that could be improved upon. Much like the resolution, which, I don't know, man, things sometimes look more pixelated than Breath of the Wild, which is fair considering how much more this game does, but it's still a little disappointing. The voice acting is pretty much of a similar quality to the predecessor, which means it's okay, but we just have a lot of awkward deliveries. But I wish there was more of it. For this duology finally introducing voice acting to mainline Zelda, they don't use it a lot. We still have giant walls of text to read here, which is kind of the point of wanting Zelda to move in this direction. They only use it in a handful of cutscenes and just for specific points in the dungeons where your partner says, oh, looks like we only have this many things left to do. And I just feel like it's used a bit too sporadically, especially when this is Nintendo's first $70 release. Yeah, because all this wasn't enough. I want Rauru to say the word milk. Finally, something worth $70. Well, those were all my complaints about The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Oh my god! So the final boss here is actually pretty good. We have a difficult and tactful sword fight with
No. No. Don't do that, Scott. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Don't tell me all that.
I'm Moist Critical, and this is the Wired Autocomplete interview. Penguin Z0, Moist Critical, Charlie, Big Moist, Huge Charles.
Sex God.
What is Moist Critical?
Handsome
a
man.
5'6" hulking testosterone titan who makes a bunch of wacky, silly garbage on the internet. What does Moist Critical do for a living? I just
He's an inch
post
taller than me.
really ridiculous things
That
on the
explains
internet.
everything.
And got lucky enough that it enables me to survive. What did Moist Critical do before YouTube? Nothing. I was 10
Nothing.
before YouTube. I didn't have a career or a job.
It
I was
didn't
still
exist.
just snorting glue and drinking milk. I was just a baby boy. So I used to mow
Drinking
lawns for
milk.
money, which probably isn't allowed with the child labor laws in America. What is Moist Critical email? Just criticalcontact@gmail. You're gonna have a hard time reaching me there. I did meet one of my best friends through email. His name's Kaya. He reached out a long time ago with a super sad message that really tickled my heartstrings. I replied back, we became good friends through it, but these days most people just sign me up for cult newsletters and a lot of other like really awful WebMD like hypochondriac bait. But you're welcome to send me something. I probably won't see it though. I'll just give it one of these. Why is Moist Critical Penguin Z0?
Why?
The lore is super simple. I was actually a child. I made the account in 2007. I was 11. I thought penguins were cool. The name Penguin was taken. Not that deep. Why does Moist Critical wear white shirts? Convenience. Most of everything I have in my life comes from Walmart. So I just get big packs of white shirts and that's good enough for me. I'm not out here trying to make any kind of fashion statements, so it's super simple,
Yeah,
super
but you,
easy.
But
Why
if
does
you
Moist
sweat a
Critical
lot.
talk like that? That's a question for God, not me. I couldn't tell you. It's just I have very weird vocal cords. I have a very monotone voice.
What do you
The
mean?
best description I've heard of it is
Wait,
that it
how
sounds
does
like
he
an
talk?
unenthusiastic hand job. I've been really gravitating towards the word goofy over the last year or so. I like these words that kind of fell out of grace for a while. Old expressions like calling someone an old battle axe or a harpy or a harlot, goofy,
Wow.
silly, wacky. It's like fetal development where you're in like the zygotic stage all the way till birth. Right now I'm in like the goofy development. Why does Moist Critical
What the hell?
look like Jesus? I just don't think I do. I really don't. I just have long hair and I'm short. I don't know if Jesus was short, but other than that, I think that's where the similarities stop. He had like really brown hair, mine's more black. I don't think I look like him at all, but most people seem to think I do. Is Moist Critical in a band? Yeah, it's a two-man band. It's me and my buddy Troy. He's from New Zealand. We are the Gentle Men. Troy does all of the music. I do all the lyrics and vocals. That's why a lot of them are very silly. Like 2019 Guy is all about being a cuck and being super happy about it. And Skynut's all about robots that are powered by human semen from the future. He does all the really good music stuff and I do all the super stupid stuff. We make a great team. Is Moist Critical from Florida? I was born in Tampa, moved to Orlando, moved back to Tampa in 6th grade, and I've been here ever since. I'm not leaving until Florida's fully underwater, and even then I might still stick around. I don't think I have very many Florida man qualities other than maybe the way I dress, or where I go, I guess. We went to a club called The Castle last week, which is a goth nightclub with a station for paddling and all kinds of like bunk beds, but
station
I don't
for
think I have any
paddling.
Florida man qualities myself. Not that I can think of, at least. Is Moist Critical jacked? Not to toot my own horn, but I do lift very often. I was a human science major with a concentration in exercise physiologies, but I'm not really jacked. I keep myself lean because I'm 5'6", so if I get jacked, I look like a meatball and it looks really gross. Is Moist Critical scared of cockroaches? Nope. Common misconception. I scream because I'm trying to scare them away. So I'm not afraid of anything except flying. Is Moist Critical scared of flying? What do you know? Yeah, I am scared of flying. It's my main phobia. Really the only phobia. Does Critical have a world record? Not anymore. Every time I get a world record, I post about it, and some goblin out there goes and takes it from me. Most of my previous records were speedrun related, so gaming. Mr. Krabs overdoses on ketamine and dies. It got taken. I held a record in House of Caravan. Got taken. I did have a record for a little while, kind of, not an official one, for sex toy collecting, but then Belle Delphine beat me. So right now, no world records, and probably never will hold one for long. But I have had previous records. When did Critical reveal his face? 2015, I think. I started posting on Snapchat, doing like recorder covers of popular music, and then I eventually posted that Snapchat in a comment on a video called Paint the Town Red. but I don't think I started putting it in videos until 2016 or 2017. Does Critical have Discord? I don't go on it super often, only to talk to like friends or do voice calls with friends, but I do have it. That was outrageous, sorry about that. What is Penguin Z0's favorite anime? Code Geass. It is, I think, a masterpiece. It has one of my favorite endings in all of fiction, and I think the whole thing is just beautifully written. What does Penguin Z0 drive? An SUV. I got an SUV a little over a year ago. I just like the SUV more because I'm very risk averse, so it's a safer vehicle. What is Penguin Z0 favorite game? City of Heroes. It's an old MMO that I think is truly underrated. Shut down in 2012, God rest its soul, but I think it's still an incredible game.
I'm gonna take a break. Sorry if I didn't play enough.